Good evening. First of all, I'd like to greet everyone Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's been quite a while that I haven't made a video about boxing, about Manny Pacquiao. And because the year is about to end and a new beginning, and 2020, uh, the topic of the day right now, everybody's talking about is who's gonna be the fighter of the decade for 2010 to 2020. It's an exciting topic, but before that, I'd like to drink a cup of coffee. Oh, thank you. So, who is the fighter of the decade for this coming decade 2010 to 2020? There are many boxers who are contenders to that award, fighter of the decade. But there are three significant contender that many are discussing, and one of them is Floyd Mayweather. The other one is Canelo Alvarez, and the third one is Manny Pacquiao. And yeah, fighter of the decade is a very prestigious award. The previous decade, Manny Pacquiao won that award, Fighter of the Decade, and during those days, I think it's overwhelming that Manny Pacquiao because he beat them all. But this time around, his record, although he is very strong, he has four losses in this decade, and one of them is a devastating knockout from the port fight with uh, Marquez, and he got a loss from Tim Bradley, and that was a controversial one. Uh, Many believe that Pacquiao won that fight, and another controversial loss with uh, Jeff Horn, and also many believe that Manny Pacquiao won that fight, and a loss with the very what do you call this, high, very expensive fight, or um, lucrative fight with Floyd Mayweather. And although Mayweather won that fight, but many, especially the Manny Pacquiao fans, don't believe that Mayweather won that fight. We believe that Manny won that fight, but um, just uh, just to give the benefit of the doubt, let's say Mayweather won that fight, but that's not a convincing one, and many people are clamoring for a convincing win, and that's why Mayweather Pacquiao 2 is being humored again to be able to make a second fight, and that's the good thing about Manny Pacquiao. So the the all the other fights that Manny Pacquiao had fought for the decade are all very strong, very entertaining, and very tough. A win with Shane Mosley, and a win with Marquez, and then after the devastating loss, and of course he started the year with a very strong fight with Antonio Margarito, who is way bigger than him, and everybody's doubting that Manny Pacquiao will be able to win that fight. And then after that KO loss from Marquez, a very fearful knockout that he stayed on the ground for quite a while. It's scary knockout. Everybody thinks that he's gonna retire. It's time for him to hang on his gloves because that was a very devastating loss. But he rise up again, and was able to beat Brandon Rios convincingly. He beat again Tim Bradley, Chris Algieri. All these are tough fighters. beat Tim Bradley, Jesse Vargas, and Lucas Matisi, knockout Lucas Nasise, Adrian Browner, and at 40, he defeated Thurman, which he's not supposed to beat that strong young lion. And that devastating knockout on the by Marquez should have been a point against Manny Pacquiao. But to me, that loss is devastating loss. The knockout by Marquez should have been. It is to me a it is an evidence that speaks volume of the kind of fighter Manny Pacquiao is. Uh, the kind of fighter, warrior he is. It not only serves as an inspiration, as all of us experience one time or another failure in life, but it's the spirit of not giving up and not giving up attitude and rising up every time you fall that serves as a lesson and an inspiration to people in all walks of life. It it gives it is a great impact on the people who watch that thing. And you say life is you can't win all the time. Life is sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, and that devastating KO is an inspiration. It speaks volume about the kind of fighter that we should emulate in our day-to-day challenges in life. And he proves himself as a great fighter over and over again. Many times people think he will lose, but he always win. He rise up again. And I believe that Manny Pacquiao should be fighter of the decade. Um, so yeah, I have seen many videos of people, uh, commentator and YouTubers who make comments, and I was inspired by the comment of Show is the adult. Oh, he's great at explaining things about it, and I totally agree with him. I believe that Floyd is a fighter, and many believe on Floyd, and but the fight with Manny Pacquiao, and I can tell that he doesn't want to engage. He is he knows that if he is going to engage with Manny Pacquiao, it's a very risky thing. Uh, he would put on the line his no loss record. That's why he played out, and he's a smart fighter. I should agree, he's a smart fighter. But I think that he didn't fight for the many years. That that is a thing that is a minus point against Floyd Mayweather. He retired early, and then a fight with McGregor, not a fighter, and a fight with the Japanese guy whom he knocked out. Um, those are not tough fights, and I don't think it's a plus factor for Floyd to be fighter of the decade. Um, I may be wrong on the eyes of those fans of Floyd Mayweather, but I really think that Manny Pacquiao is a better better chance of well, for me is he has a better record compared to Floyd. The only advantage of Floyd is he is undefeated. But if you don't face all the challenges, fighters, great fighters that you fight, um, then you can never be defeated if you're so clever in choosing and fighting. And it's a good thing because there's a saying that goes, choose your battle. And Floyd is smart to choose his battle. That's why he's not losing. And another one contender is Canelo Alvarez. He's a tough fighter, a great. All these guys are great fighters, but there only can be one winner for fighter of the decade, and for me, this decade is should be awarded to Manny Pacquiao. And Canelo Alvarez, of all the good records that he has with him, the one thing that he was caught on the PED, and that that's the one thing that to me is a negative thing. And there's so many arguments about it, but the tough fight and entertaining fight, the meaningful fight, to me, where all nation is backing up a fighter like Manny Pacquiao, speaks volumes of him. And not only that, he is a great inspiration in and out of boxing. And yeah, anyway, those things that he do outside of boxing is not uh, is not reason enough for him to fight over there. But that also give an impact to people. He's giving house to the homeless. He's giving money, literally $1,000. People lining up during Christmas time. That means a lot of things to them, and it comes from his sweat and blood in boxing. It comes from his hard work as a senator, and people are very inspired with the service that he's rendering to his people, and the total backing of the people behind him is an inspiration, and that speaks volume of who Manny Pacquiao is. And thank you very much, and God bless. I hope you um, subscribe and share, comment. Thank you. God bless.